What is one thing that makes us different from all other species? If I were to point to one characteristic, would be our ability to work together on something that we can't really see or touch. Our ability to believe. Believing something that can unite us or even separate us. This ability of imagining and thinking outside the box is expressed in many different ways, such as paintings, sculptures, dances, and many more. But none of these new ideas could be developed if not due to a leadership that allows for a safe space for innovation and creativity. And that's what we're going to be talking today in my leadership philosophy, which will work as the root to any of my future leadership roles, where I'll aim to be the safe space for innovation and inspiration, allowing others to grow and branch off ideas from their own perspectives and point of views. To guide you into becoming this kind of leader, we'll be talking about some soft skills, such as interpersonal relationships, flexibility, independence, and problem solving. Then, we'll be talking a little bit more about the power of inspiring others and how it's key for you as a leader to lead by example. One of the key things that are needed to be a great leader is developing superb interpersonal relationship skills. For example, the three paintings are all trees, but this one has more life to it due to its contrasting colors. Just like how in leadership, you need to build great things with contrasting personalities. Flexibility is also something needed to be developed with the goal of being a great leader, because the real world is always changing and evolving with the new introduction of inventions and creations. This means they need to be able to change and adapt to the circumstances, just like trees lose their leaves when fall comes and regrow during the spring season. In this painting made by Klimt, we see a clear use of flexibility, due to the use of gold leaves in the painting, which was never seen before on a canvas. His work is a clear demonstration of viewing something from a different perspective and using it for your own work. Just like you can use strengths from different people to reach the main goal. Each person has a different point of view. For instance, all the paintings, even this one, are all examples of trees. But the key thing that changes are the perspectives and the minds behind it. As a leader, you should be able to understand these different perspectives and make educated decisions in regards to your leadership. The lipstick on a caterpillar is a great example of independence, where Yale architecture students developed a sculpture which had a direct criticism on the Vietnam War and American consumerism, which would not be accomplished if they only follow the status quo, showing that independence leads to innovation. Giving independence to the people you lead is key for innovation to flourish. And the data movement is another great example of how this independence is key for innovation due to its direct criticism to the current state of art and the use of objects found in our daily lives. It really serves as a demonstration of how independence can lead to great innovations. Augustus of Prima Porta was a sculpture of the Roman Emperor Augustus Caesar, which solved the problem of the division of power between church and state by saying that he was related to the gods such as Cupid and Venus, demonstrating that way a creative way to problem solve. But one of the most important aspects of being a leader is to inspire, to be the one that influences change in your surroundings and allows for improvements of the group or team you lead as a whole by strengthening their abilities and improving their own limitations. In the Roman Colosseum, we see inspiration from Greek architecture with the use of two Greek columns in the first two floors, them being Doric and Ionic columns, respectively, but innovating and developing a brand new column on the top, which is called a Corinthian column, demonstrating to us that inspiration is also one of the key aspects of innovation. Inspiration with limitation is also shown in the Initiation painting, where we see how Romans were inspired by Greek architecture and improved in some concepts, such as the arcade, but liked with the use of metal rods as a form of support. They show us how when leading people can have some different strengths and different weaknesses, but can still innovate. The use of great interpersonal communication, flexibility, and independence are all vital in developing an innovative team environment where you as a leader know what's occurring, but at the same time, your followers have the freedom to innovate and incorporate their perspectives into their work environment. Picasso's Demoiselle d'Avignon was the first Cubist artwork, showing us how Picasso developed innovative ideas, opening doors for innovation into the Cubist movement, and demonstrating this aspect of leading by example, where people branch off your ideas and build upon it with their own perspectives. Demonstrating to your followers that you can be creative and break the status quo is key for innovation because it demonstrates that creative ideas are incentivized and not put down, even if those ideas diverge from your own personal point of views. As a leader, because we all have biases. Biases is something natural that affects our perspective of the world around us. And one way which you can improve our leadership is to acknowledge that we all have biases and try to understand what our biases are, therefore allowing us to take into consideration when leading and taking information from other people. I envision the application of this leadership philosophy in a medical setting, where it would be the space with various interactions coming from doctors to nurses. My intentions are to always have an open and unbiased perspective so that I'm able to develop the best decisions for the patient. As we come to an end of this presentation, I hope you guys got to understand a little bit more of my perspective of what leadership really is, where inspiring others is key for innovation and a great work environment for the people you're leading. Thank you.